guys. After a tough week, last week, coming off a tough loss up in BC, and really disappointed in that loss, obviously, last week. But for credit to our guys and our staff, continue to battle, continue to not listen to naysayers. I mean, everybody's going to put you down when you don't do good. I don't care who you are. I don't care what position you're in. They're always going to put you down and talk negative about you. So you can either listen to it or you can just keep doing what you're doing and hope some good stuff will happen. The good stuff didn't start happening until the second quarter for us. The first quarter was not very good at all, offensively and defensively. But our guys settled down in the second quarter. We started making some plays. We battled back in it, and they did a great job to get the ball back and to kick the field goal. I thought that was huge right before half, to go up 13-10, to get that momentum, knowing that they're going to get the ball back when we come back out in the second half. And our defense did a great job of stopping, holding, and then the offense goes down and scores. Next thing you know, we're up 10 with only, I think, 4.5 minutes off the clock. And so that's great momentum for us. And then we just kind of battled a little bit, and then in the fourth quarter we kind of took over. But really proud of our guys. We had a great offensive drive there in the second half. I don't know how many, 8.5 minutes that took off the clock and ended in a touchdown. That's huge for our guys. Really proud of that. I talked about, we had some new starters today. Obviously everybody knows the quarterback, Brock. Brock came out, and man, what a great effort he gave us today. And he settled down after the first quarter and really played well. Huge play on the fourth down when he pulls it and goes for a touchdown, about 50-yard touchdown, and that was a great play by him. And I thought he started settling down and started making some great throws against their defense. We had a lot of respect for their defense, and to go out and play the way they did. I thought Griffin started at safety. I thought Griffin had a great game. Did some really, really good things for us. Guys stepped up when they needed to. Our backs were against the wall today. We're 0 for whatever in the ACC play. We're going on the road. All the negativity, and we got all these backups, and they came out and played a great game. I mean, defensively, we held them to single-digit rushing yards. Offensively, put up 470 yards against a really good defense. I just think you can't say enough about our resiliency of our guys, and I'm really proud of them, the way they came out and finished this game.
Coach, you covered pretty much everything except how much did your guys play, not only to support Brock, but maybe to support you, with the crap flying around with you?
Well, I don't know about me. I do know they showed up and supported Brock. There was a lot of guys on the field that come up to you and tell, hey, great job, Coach, we love you. And that happens, and I love them too. I mean, I tell them, it's people over the player. I mean, no matter what happens to me, anytime this year, 5 years from now, whatever, there's still the relationship that we still have with the players as people is what's most important. And so I think when you coach that way, I've been coaching that way my whole career, then they can never take that away from you. And that's why I told them, you face adversity. We faced a ton, but be who you are, because your character's going to get revealed whenever you get all this stuff, negativity on you. So, but I just want them to know I still care about them no matter what. And I think they came out and played today. I thought our offensive line played outstanding today because they were a really good sack team. I mean, they were generating a lot of sacks throughout the season. Man, they stayed clean. He had a clean pocket today, and was able to sit there and make some of those throws. They rallied behind him. I thought was awesome because Brock is a selfless guy. He cares about the teammates. Even when he's not playing, he's always pumping them up. And so they obviously want to come out and play great for him today. Defensively, I thought we did a really nice job, except for the one pass down the sideline, of really kind of keeping everything in front and then rallying and tackling. That was our goal this week, not to give up those big plays that we did at the BC game. I thought those guys did a nice job as well.
Scott, going back to that fake handoff, I guess what did you see there? What kind of went into that play call?
Yeah, I think they were. We knew on fourth down, particularly in short, they're going to bring everybody in the box and blitz off the edge. And if they do blitz off the edge and they tackle the running back, then Brock's got to pull it. And he's not known to be a runner. But it doesn't matter because there shouldn't be anybody else out there. Well, he had a great read on the play. He squeezed down, he pulls it, nobody's there, and he's off to the races. So that speed he had today in that run. But that was a great play by him. It's part of our offense. We've been running it. And he made a great read on that, and to be able to pull it and make it.
Did you feel like when he did that, it kind of relieved a little pressure on his shoulders? It seemed like
so. I do. I think it probably relaxed him a little bit more to say, man, I can play with these guys. Because you got to think about, here's a guy who really hadn't played much for us. He played the South Florida game. The game was already out of hand. And I think as a player, you think you really belong, but until you go out there and do it, you don't really know. And I think when he made that play, because he was disappointed in the first third down, he thought he had the first down, he slid, but the ball gets put back.
Right.
And so he's 1 yard short. He was so disappointed on that. And so I think he thought, man, give me another opportunity, I'm going to get some more yards. And he did. If you notice from that point forward, he was always running to get yards, and he wasn't sliding.
He's obviously not new to being a starter, obviously at JUCO, but here, obviously, this is his first one. Is there anything that you kind of say to him in those moments where, you do have that rough start, just kind of settle him down and keep him focused?
Well, not necessarily to him. I mean, really for the whole team. We know you're going to face adversity in games, but it's how you respond. You got to put that play aside and move to the next play. He did a great job of that, not dwelling on some of those negative plays in the first quarter. And after the locker room, his coach, I apologize for the first quarter. I mean, he ended up settling down and he started seeing it better. I think that's one thing about it. Things go fast initially as a quarterback. You got to read everything. The game started slowing down for him, and then he started seeing it. And I thought, then he just cut loose and started playing, which we knew he was capable of playing. He made some big time throws today. I'm very proud of him.
What was the difference with Griffin at safety? Obviously, Duncan's your leading tackler, but then I think after the first quarter, Riley got moved to corner and was in pretty much the entire time. How different did that make the secondary?
Yeah, I mean, I think, we've been trying to find a good mix and match, like where to put the guys to be able to make plays. And I think the one thing that we talked about this week, make sure if you're the safety back there, if you're the deep safety, get deep. We can't give up the post ball in the middle. Don't think we did today, and that's what hurt us. That was our Achilles heel last week. So, and then when you're a roll down, then you got to spin down and hit that alley. I think, and they were able to do that. And then you mentioned Quincy out there playing some corner there. We're rotating some guys around. Trey Clark's playing in the slot, so we're trying to find the best matchup. Brownlee had a nice pick on Silent, and Griffin had one. I mean, it's a good mix of what they were doing in the back end. And then I'm really proud of the D-line linebackers up front, man. To hold anybody in college football to what we did rushing, that's big time.
What was Kendrick's injury?
He's got an ankle that has been bad. He's kind of been bugging him. South Florida's when it happened. Plays last week. This week in practice, kind of just really bugging him, and just didn't feel like he could push off like he needed to be able to play defense.
Scott, how stressed? How do you block the stress out, the negativity or the naysayers out, and how tough was this week for everybody?
Yeah, I mean, I don't turn my phone on. That's number one. If you want to feel bad about yourself, turn your phone on. If something bad's going on. I don't listen to any of that stuff. I got a job to do. I just do my job to the best of my ability. And that's kind of what we did this week. We went to work. I don't know how to do anything else. I'm not smart enough to know how to do anything else. I just go to work. I mean, I really am. And to the best we can. This week, I think it was just a hyper focus with our staff, offense, defense, kicking. I really believe, to his question, I really believe just kind of everybody rallied. I think everybody just kind of rallied and said, listen, let's go do this. Let's get this done. Let's play good offense, defense, special team as a unit. And we did that in the second half today. And it doesn't matter who you play. You still got to go out and make plays. The guys have to go out and make plays. And because coaches, man, we can't go out and make it for them. I saw a lot of playmakers out there today making plays.
Like you said, you tune off the outside noise, but internally, have there been any kind of conversations with administration or anybody that said anything to you after last week?
I mean, yeah, there's conversation after every week. Win or lose, we always have conversation. Conversation after last week's, hey, what can we do to get better? Like how are we going to get better? And so, the things that I shared with y'all was kind of what I was sharing with our Josh Hurd and our administration. Like, hey, we're going to do whatever we can to get better. And here's some things that we're going to do. And then let's go out and try to make it happen. We're still early in the season. We're the halfway point, right? There's a lot of ball left to be played, and we take it one game at a time. For us, we got to heal up. We got a bunch of dings. We had, Donis Boone went down today on the goal line. We got a bunch of guys that are dinged up, so we got to heal up next week. We got to go out and recruit, continue to recruit, and then we'll have Pittsburgh the following week.
Coach, you mentioned all the changes. You talked about it with me up there. Did you call the plays today, or what happened?
Yeah, I still call the plays today, like we always do. There's a great collaboration on our offensive staff. I got into this business calling plays. I'm calling plays. But I'm not hard-headed enough to know to listen to my guys. And I always have. So I'm going to listen to our coaches and I'm listening to the defense. So I'm collaborating with the defense, and they're back. They're talking about the next series. So when I come back over, all right, guys. What are you seeing out there? We talk about it. Here's some things we need to run. Then I'm calling the play, right? But I'm taking all the information in. We got great coaches, offense and defense, and so I'm going to take that information, I'm going to run with it. But I'm calling the plays, and I was calling the plays in the first quarter too, when they were not good. But I was calling the last three when they were. So the guys went out and made plays, and I really appreciate the way they fought today, and love my guys.